Looking today at another Milo Manara book. I was saying Milo Manara. I guess I should use the Italian pronunciation. Milo Manara. All right, this one usually translated into English as Indian Summer. The original title, though, Tutto ricominciò con un'estate indiana. It all started again with an Indian summer. This one is kind of interesting because Manara uh, took the story, or actually the writing is done by Hugo Pratt, not Milo Manara. And Hugo Pratt is pretty famous, I think, in especially in Italian comics, known for Corto Maltese, which I tried to read once, but I was trying to read it in the original Italian, and at that point, my Italian was not good enough, and I was just getting lost, so I gave up on it. At some point, I would like to go back and check out Hugo Pratt because I mean he's pretty well known. I'd like to see what is it that makes Corto Maltese and his other works so good. So, anyways, yeah, this is a historical. Actually, at the very end of this, there's a lot of there's like some notes about family trees and how this is made based on real people, but I don't know if that's just like a fictional ruse to add a layer of reality to it. But, anyways, whatever the case may be, I'm gonna kind of jump over the first few pages because there's kind of a. I mean, it's not a spoiler because it's right at the beginning, but it's if you don't know what's gonna happen, it's pretty dramatic, and I'm just gonna skip the first few pages. So, anyways, I'll go like 10 pages ahead, I guess. Some dramatic things happen in the first few pages. Let's just say that. Okay. So, anyways, there's kind of several different groups of people in this book. There's like these guys. I don't know what what ancestry they have. I can't remember. Then there's the Indians or the Native Americans. Call them what you will. Then there's the Dutch, and I think they're Puritans. Anyways, though, there's basically like a a sort of a truce going on between people, but it's like all about to break. The straw that breaks the camel's back happens at the beginning of the book. Something happens dramatic, and so things fall apart, and basically war erupts between the Indians and the settlers and everyone. And it reminded me actually of Tarantino's historical movies in that they kind of bring a modern sensibility to history and how things were at the time that I don't think necessarily was there. And yeah, so in terms of the art, though, I think the art is beautiful as always with Manara. I've never read a book by him yet that I'm going to say like the art is bad. That has not happened. He seems to always put in an enormous amount of work in the landscapes and the architecture and the characters, designs. It's just incredible. And he's also very, I mean, not him, but Hugo Pratt, who did the story, he's very good about avoiding making anyone totally good, any like group of people totally good or totally bad. So the Native Americans are not totally bad or totally good. They're not romanticized as perfect, nor are they vilified. They're just kind of normal humans, with yeah. So, anyways, there's a lot of sex and violence in it, as with a lot of Manara books. And but just look at the amount of detail in this, like this corn or whatever the Indians are hiding in. It's pretty incredible. Just so much work. I really would be. I think there is a documentary on Manara, 'cause I'd be curious to know like how long he spends doing a single page, and but being able to draw this kind of nature is something I want to learn how to do because it's not easy. It's so much easier, I think, to draw characters than hundreds of trees like this. And I'm noticing too as I read through the Manara's art that there's different looks to his art, and like sometimes I'm reading a black and white one right now that I like a lot. I think with black and white, he's really emphasizing the line work. But here, the coloring is pretty simple, but it's still, it works to really bring out his lines. So I like, there's not like one that I say like this is the best way to do Manara. I think it all looks good in different ways. And then there's this like evil kind of Puritan guy, Salem witch trial type of guy. He's almost ghoulish in his he's almost like a vampire. Yeah, but look at this image right here. It's like so detailed. There's got to be like 20 of them here running along, just for one little panel that your eye breezes over for a few seconds. And then yeah, things get crazy at the end. I'm gonna kind of avoid all the details and spoilers, but they just look so white in this colorization. I mean, there's like ultra white. There's literally no color in them. We get some flashbacks, some horrendous horrors. There are, I don't know if there's the characters that could be classified as heroes in this. Yeah, I guess there's some heroes and some good, quote unquote, good guys, but there's also kind of an avoidance of that. I love the way he draws flames too. Really nice. So this one is, I think, compared to the one I did before, A Trip to Tulum, this is much more grounded in reality. I think this one is maybe more accessible to a lot of people than the experimentation of that Trip to Tulum and the Federico Fellini collaborations. Wow, look at this crowd scene though. It's got to be literally two or 300 guys on this page. It's incredible. And the typical Manara sexuality. But before I had read Manara, I'd liked him, but I'm admiring him more as I go along because he just tackles so many different genres and different styles of storytelling, different levels of experimentation, different levels of sexuality. Some books are almost like PG level. Some of them are definitely like rated X or whatever you want to call that. But he's just really interested in telling different kinds of stories. And that's, I think, why I admire him so much. But his just skill at adding so much details to every page never ceases to amaze me. Wonderful characters in this. So yeah, I enjoyed this book. I didn't really know what to expect. It is a historical sort of drama. Like I said, I could see Tarantino adapting this or some other kind of gritty historical director. And the only thing that I didn't quite care for in this terms of storytelling was at the very end. There's just it goes into these massive blocks of text. I think I've talked about this before. I just don't like reading massive blocks of text in a comic because it doesn't usually add anything. It just usually slows things down and makes you feel like you're slogging through the page. And I guess this is where Hugo Pratt was kind of tying things together with some notes or historical background that he researched, I guess, or like I said, it could be a ruse. I don't really know. Did I read the introduction on this? Maybe I didn't read the introductory notes yet. I need to go back and do that. I think I do need to. I didn't read it, so maybe I'll find out. Yeah, the truth about that. And I think I would like to read some Corto Maltese again, but for now I'm going to keep going with Manara because I feel like his level of Italian is usually about right for me, and I'm still picking up a lot, and I'm sure I could understand more, but I still have to translate a lot. So yeah, this one, volume 2 of these Les Opere, it's just, I enjoyed this just as much, and right now I'm reading the third one. What's it called? Oh, HP and Giuseppe Bergman, and I'll look at that soon because That one's in black and white, and it's totally different from either of the first two volumes, and pretty incredible as well. So look forward to more Manara.